it's Mountain doing another speed paint, or technically I'm doing 3 speed paints. These speed paints are of characters from my comic A Dragon's Journey. There is 3 characters here. So these characters are a mom and dad and a older brother. To start off, I'm gonna summarize what A Dragon's Journey is. A Dragon's Journey is a comic that I started about a year ago. It's about Wallace Mountain, a dragon and a hybrid, going on essentially a dragon's journey. So Wallace is our main character. He's shy, he overthinks, he's nervous, and he likes things he knows. He's comfortable where he is, he doesn't need to see a lot of things. As said, Wallace is a dragon, he's a young adult, and as said, he's the main character. Mountain is, alongside Wallace, also one of the main characters. She is very opposite Wallace. She's hyper, she's very happy most of the time, she's a chatty bird. She's the first in line to try all the new things, but she's also very naive and she trusts very easily. And Mountain is a hybrid and also a young adult. So she's a hybrid between a wolf and a mountain goat, thereof getting her name Mountain. In this universe, there's dragons, there's hybrids. We also have something called mixed animals, which I won't get into in this video, maybe another video when they get introduced. And essentially it's just a fantasy world driven by animals, fantasy animals like dragons, unicorns, and stuff like that. Maybe something you haven't heard about before, a blob or something, I don't know yet. As said, it's about a dragon's journey. That's hence the name, A Dragon's Journey. And A Dragon's Journey is a telling about an obligatory journey all dragons have to go on. It's a thing only the dragons do, that's been a tradition for many years. And the story follows Wallace as he goes on his dragon journey, and he brings Mountain alongside him for comfort. As said, Wallace doesn't like new things. This is a completely new thing. He knew he had to go on it, but he did not look forward to it in the same way as most dragons do look forward to go on it. No one exactly knows what we will find on the journey. Most dragons take this journey as a thing where they have to find stuff. They have to find something, but it's completely up to the dragon searching. Some find treasures, as said, others find company, some find themselves, others find villages they like to live in. It's very individual for the dragon going on the journey. One of the examples we get in the story is Wallace's parents, where his father used 5 months on his journey, whereas his mother used 2 years on her journey, and they essentially found each other. That was what their journey was all about, essentially from their perspective. So as said, Wallace will have to go on this journey. It's obligatory. He takes Mountain with him. They will meet a lot of different characters. One of those characters will be Amos, Wallace's older brother, who is currently on his own dragon's journey. They will meet villagers, they will meet other hybrids, they will meet a mixed animal that will not be explained at this moment, and they maybe will see romance, good and bad. They will see trouble, downfall, upfall. They will see ups and downs on this journey, as most journeys are. So, back to these characters. As said, these characters are parents and an older brother. This is Wallace Family. The first individual we see is Wallace's father, then his mother, and lastly his brother Amos. I won't talk a lot about them because, first of all, we haven't met any of these characters yet in the comic. I'm only 4 pages in the comic. We'll see the parents shortly. I think in about 2 or 4 pages we'll meet the parents. I'm not exactly sure how long, but around that spot we'll meet the parents. As said, they went on that journey and the thing they found was each other. So they decided to get together and stick down the village they found nearby. And they're getting Wallace ready to his dragon's journey. But I won't give them any names because essentially this story is from Wallace's perspective. There's no reason to really give them any names since I don't see them coming back in the story anytime, maybe maybe in the end of the story, but they'll be there to get him started on the journey and maybe to welcome him home at the end. I'm not sure about that yet, so I'm not going to give them any names, because for Wallace they are just his parents and they'll stay as parents. They don't need any names. Amos, on the other hand, is Wallace's older brother. Those two have a great relationship together. Amos is 2 years older than Wallace. He's super calm and chill, maybe a bit too chill at times. He takes things as they come, and he doesn't overthink. And he's really very opposite to Wallace. Wallace, who, as said, he overthinks, he's super shy, he's just a little anxiety boy. But that balanced each other out pretty well, because, as said, Amos is the older brother, so Wallace could tag along and see things get comfortable, because he knew his brother was there to have his back, be chill about it, calm him down. So they had a really great relationship with each other. At the moment, Amos has been on his dragon journey for the past 2 years. He has not come back. They don't know if he will come back. Some dragons don't come back from their journey. Either something happened or they found the thing they were meant to find. I essentially don't have a lot to say about these characters. I needed a reference sheet for all 3 of them. I did not need a reference sheet for Amos particularly at this moment, since I imagine him turning up much later in the story. But it was just nice to get him done while I was working on the parents, so I could see what I wanted to take of elements from the parents into Amos and how I wanted to design him and stuff like that. As said, A Dragon's Journey is a story I decided I wanted to do about a year ago. I think a year ago, I'm not completely sure, but about a year ago. I had the idea in my head for a long time, at least, that I wanted to do a comic at some point. And I decided I wanted to have the focus on Wallace. Mountain is one of the characters as some may find out, I favorize, because that's a character I want to embody. I'm not like Mountain anyway. But I just found Wallace a much more interesting character to make a story around, and then make Mountain the sidekick who goes along, because you just have this more energy of having to drive the main character along. I'm not sure if this will be how will be the whole story through, because nothing is really set in stone yet. I'm writing the story as I go along, making the pages. I think about 9 to 10 pages ahead in my writing than I am in pages. But a lot of things could change. Most of the things I have in my head, I have some milestones I want to have done. But as I said, nothing is set in stone. Designs could change. Last year I changed Mountain's design, and her design will be upgraded to the new design in the 5th page that'll come out in February. I'm not going to change the design I'm not going to go back the 4 pages I've already done and upgrade her design on those pages. I don't think it'll take the most time, but it will take a lot of time, and I just don't have the energy to do it. This is something I do in my free time. I enjoy doing it. It's super fun to do. I love making this story. I know it's just 4 pages, but I have it in writing. I have this idea, and I think it could be pretty good, and pretty, just in general, it'd be fun for me to do. Again, I've only done 4 pages. I've said this a lot, and I'm working on trying to get a page out once a month. The reason for once a month is because I think with all the things that go into making a page, I'll have a month to do a page at a time. And I know that's a long time also to do a page, but you also have to think about all the things that go in it, because of course, just to make the page, you have to sketch it out, you have to have the clean line art, you have to color it, make shadows, light effect, a text bubble, maybe some other effects, some blur effect or stuff like that. It takes time. Then I have to upload it, write all the text about it, share it on social medias and stuff like that. And a long time that I just don't see myself doing it at the current moment, doing it more often than once a month, just because I'm working full time. I'm trying to do YouTube bi-weekly, and at the current moment in some months I'm getting married. So I don't have a lot of free time to use on this project, even though I would love to use every single free time I have on it if I wasn't as lazy as I am. But you understand where I'm coming from, or what I mean by it. I want to work on it. It's really exciting. So I think I'll start with doing it once a month and hopefully stick by it. So in February there will be a new page, hopefully, and from there on there'll be a new page in March, April, May, and so forth. I'm also currently working on trying to start my first either PMV or AMV, an animation video or a picture moving video. It depends on how much time and energy I want to put into it, but I'm going to find some story to stick to, make a storyboard, and then decide from there on. But that's a project I also want to get started. That will be one of my YouTube videos in the future. I don't have a lot more to say about this. As said, these characters are really minor. I just needed to have some reference sheets for them, so I knew how I wanted them to look. I knew I wanted the mother to look motherly, of course, and the father to look... I didn't actually know what I wanted the father to look like, but I wanted to have some design for him. I wanted the mother to be a little bit to the chubby side, and the same with Amos. I wanted to have a little more roundness to him. I tried to make them out in shapes like triangles, squares, circles, and stuff like that, because mostly I want them to be made out of circles and squares because they're reliable and friendly and stuff like that. Soft edges, but also the square, for having them to be reliable, because they are family and they're supposed to be, at least this family, they're supposed to be reliable to Wallace, and the other way around. But again, I don't have much more to say about this, so I'll tune out for this time. Don't forget to subscribe, to like the video, and share if you want to, if you're willing to. All of these things in the end will help me to do more of this. So if you like the story, I'll be able to use more time on making the pages and getting more out. I'll have more time to do videos. I'll have more time to do a lot of more creative stuff the more you do these things. I will link the first page to A Dragon's Journey down below. You can read it on my DeviantArt, and also all of my social media links is down below as well. And alongside that, there's all of the links to the stuff I use, my editing program, my drawing program, where I get my music and stuff like that. All of that is down below. You just have to look and click. And that's it. Mountain is